Hello, my name's Alan Dempsey and I'm the project manager for Print City, which is Manchester Metropolitan University's 3D printing facility. We led Work Package 2, Polymer 3D printing, on the WIP project. As part of Work Package 4, Skills and Training, we've developed a series of short videos presenting different parts of the 3D printing process. In the sixth session, I'll provide a short overview of the 3D printing process, including some of the key considerations for installation, operation, and maintenance. Each 3D printing technology uses a different method to produce three-dimensional objects. The example on the screen shows the 3D printing process, often referred to as the workflow, which has been covered in previous sessions. From left to right, we have the 3D model being designed on a computer. The model then is exported in the form of a 3D file format such as STL or 3MF. Next, the 3D model is imported into the slicing software for each 3D printer, which is commonly bespoke to each printer brand. The slicing software then turns the 3D model into slices, acting as layer-by-layer instructions for the 3D printer to follow. There are a number of settings in the slicing software that you can change, including infill, part orientation, layer height, and many more. The next step is to upload the 3D file into the 3D printer, either sent over a network or remotely via a USB drive. Once uploaded, the printing begins. It's important to observe the first few layers, as this is the time that printing incurs the most failures. The last step is to remove your print and post-process it to remove any support materials. The image on the right demonstrates the printing nozzle. This is part of the fused filament fabrication printer using filaments that heats up the plastic and deposits the molten material one layer at a time onto the build platform. If you need support in selecting the right technology for your organization, you should check out the Additive Manufacturing Adoption Guide on the Additive Manufacturing UK website. There, you'll find more information on each type of printing, which technologies are in each category, and a short video describing each process. In previous sessions, we've covered the different printing technologies and materials. When considering investing in 3D printing, there are a number of other factors to consider when selecting which printer to buy to make sure the printer location is suitable, that it's safe to use and cost effective to run. Some of the printers are referred to as plug and play, requiring no specialist installation requirements. However, some of the industrial, often more expensive technologies require specialist power, extraction, and even compressed air lines to be installed. For some technologies, you'll need to consider temperature control and minimize any nearby vibrations. It's important to understand this before purchasing any 3D printer. You must ensure that you use your printer in a safe manner, consulting with your organization's health and safety policies when operating the printer and when using the polymer materials. Generally, the 3D printing suppliers and manufacturers will provide advice for the printer being purchased, and safety data sheets are available for the printing materials. Some of the printers, particularly the cheaper desktop printers, can have first-line repairs performed locally, such as swapping out print cores or unblocking nozzles. We do this in Print City. For more difficult repairs, you should consult with the approved service and maintenance provider for each make and model of printer. It's recommended to consider a service and maintenance contract and an appropriate level of cover for the 3D printer being purchased. Many of the printing suppliers will offer training as part of the purchase of any new 3D printer. That brings us to the end of session 6. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I will see you on the next session.